Hey, what's up, guys? You already know who it is. No need for introduction, but we're gonna talk right now. Alright, so I have a subscriber who's been asking me the same question for a little while now, and I thought I'd be gracious enough to answer his question. I believe his name is Steven Samuels. He's been asking me this question for a really long time now, and I feel like it'd be a crime to not actually answer the guy's question since he wants to know so badly. All right, let's get started. All right, so you see these light bulbs here, right? I'm gonna use these light bulbs for for an example or some kind of analogy of sorts. We'll see when we come to it, but right now I want to talk to you. So you say you're a Caucasian person, and you say that you haven't been the best person in life, and you want to find a way to change and become a better person. All right, well, people are a lot like these light bulbs here. Some light bulbs for the most part, are developed. Some of them are barely developed at the base. You have a few light bulbs that are, halfway there in development. You have some that are like 85%, created. You have some that are only like barely even there. And then you have the light bulb that's complete and actually has the light turned on. That is symbolic to a lot of people on this planet and how aware they are of their surrounding environment around them, and that awareness is also dealing with their mentality and how they go about doing things. See, me, I'm a civilized human being. I'm a very civilized person. Okay, you sit down and talk to me. We can have a very educated conversation about things. I'm not very loud. I'm not very brash. I'm not arrogant. I don't think I know it all. I know a little, and I'm willing to share that on this channel. And you can come along for the ride, or we can talk. Now, I'm willing to listen to other people's opinions. If you have something to say, I greatly appreciate it. I can be wrong, of course. I'm usually not wrong on these topics because I have firsthand experience with a lot of this stuff. But you say that you'd like to become a better person, and I'm asking you, what kind of light bulb do you think you are at this moment in time? Are you halfway developed? Are you barely developed at the base? Is your light even turned on, bro? I mean, for you to be asking me this, I mean, I'm guessing your light is not turned on. And that light is inspiration. It's that spark that makes souls act. Remember this, guys. Words have power behind them. And when you say things, it can hurt people. I mean, when you say things, it can make people feel good and it can inspire creativity. The only thing that is more powerful than words is action. How can you act if you don't have any inspiration for the idea in which you're about to act out on? Meaning, what I'm trying to say is that if you don't if you don't understand, if you don't have the common understanding that all human beings, as for example, are equal to the state of where we all deserve to live if we're all decent people. If we're all decent, meaning we're not running around chopping people at the bit, throwing people off buildings, doing all kinds of heroin, killing children, driving cars off to the middle of the road and crashing into other people's cars for on purpose. If we're not crazy ass people like that, then I would think that we all, for the most part, deserve to live, right? But we have people in this world that their light bulb is barely even developed and they're really crazy and they don't have much sense. These light bulbs that I'm showing you here are symbolic to people's mental state and mental understanding. And the light inside the mind is more representation of that spark that makes people act. If you don't have that spark, you're barely even animated. You can't even move. Even to walk, to get up out of your bed in the morning, it takes that spark. It takes thought. All thought forms come from somewhere, guys. All thought forms come from somewhere. And it is that very thought form that gives life to basically, like, to anything really. Because if you don't have thought, you'll be a vegetable. You can't think. There's nothing there. When you tell me that you haven't been the best person in life, to me, that's like and you want to know how can you become possibly better, and you're asking me, well, to me, it's like this. I'm asking you what kind of light bulb you are. I need to know how developed your understanding of these kind of topics that we talk about on Serious Inner Temple really are. I need to understand where you're coming from. What happened in your life for you to not be as great as you can be as a person? In the world that we live in, a lot of evil is promoted. A lot of bad shit. There's some families out there that, not all families, but there are families out there that teach their children hatred at a young age. And I'm not saying that that's your situation, but those are just examples. There are parents that teach their kids all kinds of stuff. And then when the kid grows up, they may have a certain mindset that has been, installed in their mind for a very long time. And it's really hard to get rid of. When I ask what kind of light bulb you are, I need to understand your background. Where are you coming from? What's your situation? We're all behind computers right now, communicating with one another. But one of the things I would like to say is this. If you've been watching my channel for as long as I think you have been, then you understand that human beings, depending upon what their daily activities are, they can continue living in this realm as normal, or they can break out of that shell and become more than just a normal, ordinary human. Because you are a so-called white man, right? I understand that in society, when you look around you, a lot of times society will tell you that you're the enemy, that you are the status quo, and that you are what people in society should strive to be like be more like, But also you'll be told that you're the enemy. Society will tell you things like you should have so-called white guilt, over what happened to black people, or society will tell you that there's a certain mindset or a certain culture that you should adapt to, or a certain mindset that you should deal with, or a certain mindset that you should adopt because it is the right thing to do, and if you don't do it, then you're like a traitor to your own kind. Maybe you had problems with bullying people. Maybe you grew up angry and you wanted to fight. You picked on those who were possibly weaker than you. Or maybe you fought people that were just as strong as you, but you just were mad all the time and you just took your anger out on people. I don't necessarily know what your issue is, but I can tell you one thing. In order to improve who you already are, you have to look at all your faults. You need to really look in the mirror. You need to ask yourself for hours on end. You need to ask yourself, yes, you need to look in the mirror. And you may not like what you see. And you need to look and you need to ask yourself, who am I? Who am I becoming? Is this who I want to be for the next few years or for the rest of my life? Is this person that I am worth it all? Where am I going to end up if I keep going down this road? Is it all worth it in the end? Is this person that I am worthwhile? And if the answer is no, then you have to make a self-sacrifice. You're going to have to make an effort to change how you are as an individual. And that starts from going inside yourself. When we talk about meditation on this channel, we're not talking about pretending to fall asleep. We're not talking about, some bourgeois bullshit. We're talking about an individual being, a mass of energy with an electromagnetic consciousness attached to it, that is tired of looking outside of itself and wants to dig in deeper to find out what its true self truly is. Once you start tapping into yourself in a deeper way, because people talk outside of their mind, people think things and all that, but when you truly go inside yourself, you will see what your heart is full of. And you're going to have to find a way to balance that stuff out. You need to ask yourself, do I have any addictions? You're going to have to face those addictions head on. You're going to have to stop. I don't have too much knowledge on what your situation is. But you always ask me questions and stuff like that, so I'm doing you a favor in answering, in the best way I can. I usually don't make videos like this, but I kept seeing you asking me certain things, so I decided to answer back. But you have to understand this, guys. And this goes for everyone, really. Not to just one person in general, but to anybody who's dealing with this kind of stuff. You have to understand that we were all truly meant to have great minds. The problem is that people, sometimes people hate on others because they see something in this person, or maybe in this person or that person, and they don't see it in themselves. Therefore, they hate because they're mad. They can't understand how this person has the drive or the determination to do what they do, and they can't seem to do the same. Or because they're unsatisfied with how they are, or who they are, or what they are. They're unsatisfied. This life that we live as human beings is very mediocre. It's it's bland, it's sad. There's not much to do on certain days, and people in this society that we live in tend to go insane after a while, end up doing crazy ass shit. You see those guys that bring guns to school and shoot up everybody. You gotta wonder what the fuck was going on in his mind that he had to do all that shit. You always hear those stories. Or some crazy guy that created bombs or wanted to blow shit up. Well, what the hell was going on in his mind? What I'm saying is, guys, is that when your heart is filled with darkness, it is up to you to cleanse your heart. You have to fix that situation before it gets out of hand and it gets worse. If you keep feeding that energy with more dark energy, you're gonna do something bad or you're gonna hurt yourself. We have to understand the goal is to become the light bulb that is turned on. You can't do that with a light bulb that's bashed open. You can't do that with a light bulb that's unscrewed in. You can't do that with a light bulb that doesn't even have the bulb in it. You can't do that with a light bulb that's halfway or barely even developed. You can't do that with a light bulb that's not turned on. You can't become the greatest version of yourself if you're constantly beating yourself up over shit that happened years ago. Maybe you loved the woman and she broke up with you and you're feeling like shit. Dude, I get it. But driving yourself crazy over this woman isn't going to bring her back. or maybe it's not even that. Maybe you killed someone, and now you don't know how to live with that shit. Hmm? Or it's not even that. Maybe you used to steal a lot. I don't know. And I'm not going to pretend to know. But one thing's for certain. You've done bad in your life. Whatever it is you may have done, you need to see it through and need to understand and take responsibility for that shit. You need to take full responsibility for what happened. And the only way to move forward is to deal with it head on. It's like a bully in your life. If they keep fucking with you, eventually you gotta turn around and say, I'm not having this shit no more. If you don't stop, I'm gonna kick your ass. And if they don't stop, you put your hands on them. That's the only way to make them stop. Really make them pay. You gotta face your fears. You have to face what's bothering you. You don't have to do it through violence or none of that. These are just examples. We all have issues in our lives as people. I don't claim to know it all. Please don't look at me that way. I believe I know a little, so I share. I've had issues in my life. And god damn it, they were not easy. Every day, life brings challenges. And with challenges, sometimes, we fall over, we hurt ourselves. You bust up your back. Hell, you fall down the street or some shit. You get hit by a car, you fly over, break your damn neck, and you keep on moving. My point is this. That's a really bad example, but my point is this, man. The best way to become the best version of yourself starts from looking within. And people are going to be like, oh, why you talk about meditation? Because meditation is the ultimate way to look within. When you enter a dreamlike state, and you're able to go inside yourself and see what you're truly made out of on an energetic level. That is some deep ass shit. You get to really see what's in you. It'd be so deep you want to cry. Because you can see all your past achievements, all your goals, all your desires, all your mishaps, all your failings, all the shit that you wanted to do and you couldn't do it. All the stuff that you wanted to do and you couldn't do it because you didn't have the bravery in you. Don't be afraid to fail. Be afraid to not even try. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta think at some point in your mind, you gotta think, God damn it, if I want something bad enough, I gotta go out and go strive for it and go get it myself. I don't know you and I'm not gonna pretend to. You're on this channel, you see what I talk about. Some of the topics are harsh. Not every topic is gonna sound sweet and it's gonna be like candy in your mouth. No, some of it's gonna be a hard pill to swallow. Some of it's gonna be a very hard spoonful of medicine to swallow down. That's how real information works. I'm not gonna cater to anyone out here. I'm gonna tell it like it is. What I'm saying is, I don't know your situation, but whatever you're going through, man, understand this. You're not alone. You're not alone. There's a lot of people going through a lot of shit right now. And I know that doesn't matter to you at the moment in time because you're going through what you're going through. We pretend to care about others when we're really concerned about ourselves. And it doesn't mean you don't care about others. It just means you want an answer to your situation, not theirs. Just admit it. We're all human. We can all be selfish at times. There's nothing wrong with being a little selfish, guys. But just don't go out of hand with it. But what I'm saying is just try to, or you see somebody in need, try to help them. Try to help them. Maybe you had a best friend, and you yelled at him. and you know, y'all don't talk no more. Maybe you try to call him, he don't pick up. You try to call her, she don't pick up. Maybe you had a loved one, something. Try to understand. In life, we fuck up. Life is filled with fuck ups, man. Letdowns and setbacks. And sometimes we don't even want to deal with this shit no more. We wonder, why are we going through this? Why is this happening? Why has it gotta be me? Why I gotta go through all this shit? Does anyone even give a shit? And then when things get real bad, we start questioning if God exists, and God, why me, and all this other stuff. And people be breaking down in tears, and you know, some people, you know, they don't want to live no more, and a whole bunch of other stuff. But I'm telling you, there will be a tomorrow. Don't drive yourself crazy, guys. Well, at least try as hard not to. There's always time to fix things. Especially within yourself. Sometimes you can't control other people, but you can control you. In order to better yourself, you've got to look deep. Maybe you got eating problems. Try to fix that. Don't be afraid to fail when you're doing these things. Be afraid to not even start. Because when you're starting, you're slowly trying to progress up the ladder. And progression shows that you're actually working towards a greater goal in the end. You're trying to improve. And that is what life in the third dimensional realm is all about. Self-improvement. When we all understand that and we try to improve ourselves as individual beings, that is when people are going to start waking up out of this paradigm. That is when people are going to start to understand more. And eventually, I can't say everybody on the planet, but for the most part, a very big chunk of the human race will eventually unite and try to figure out on a humanitarian level how to fix the problems that are on Earth. Because that's what we really need to focus on at the end of the day. And you need to start as an individual. You see somebody in need, try to help them. You see somebody in pain, try to soothe their pain, try to take away some of that pain. The thought is what counts, guys. Hell, I don't know everything, but I do know some things. And a helping hand every now and again does wonders for that pain that people feel inside. I've seen a lot of ignorant shit in my day. But you know what's really ignorant? Is when you see somebody in pain and you only add on to their pain. You don't even try to help them. And that's someone that doesn't have their light bulb screwed in right. It doesn't even probably have a light bulb to begin with. They have no damn understanding of a goddamn thing. Not even an idea is in there. All they want to do is destroy. You have people like that on this planet. Try to take heed to what I'm saying. I don't know what your issue is. I'm not gonna pretend to know. Only you know what's wrong with you. Live life with grace and dignity and some honor. Try to help those that need help. Try to look within. Look inside your heart. Try to figure out what's going on with you. And hell, who knows? Maybe in the end, you'll be able to figure out what's up with you and what's going on with you. Life is a journey. And to find your own true answers, you're going to have to go to places that you may never have thought you would have gone to get the answer. I made this channel because A lot of people are going towards religion and going all these other ways, and they're not finding true clarity with this whole so-called spiritual phenomenon. They not finding no damn clarity. So I made this channel to try to get in the way of religion, try to get in the way of all these fathers and pastors and popes and so-called whatever. I try to get in their way to try to show you the truth, where the truth really lies. Because the truth is out there, guys. But in the society that we live in, people don't want you to know the truth. And those are people with no light bulb, damn near no light bulb at all. Some of them got the light bulb fully developed and they got darkness in the light bulb. They don't even have light coming out of it. They got some dark shit in there. Devils, demons, man, evil. And they want to infect the whole world with their spiritual disease. This is why I made this channel, to try to inspire thought and creativity. That's why we talk about thought so much. But you think we got light bulbs up here? See, everything makes sense in the end, but hey, try to take heed to what I'm saying. Try to figure out what your problem is. If you can't figure it out, try to find a way to move on. Try to find a way to move on past it. If you have an addiction, try to get help. It's not too late. Go get the help before it's too late. Hell, I can only say so much. I don't know your situation. So I'll leave it off with this. And I'll be back on this channel later on to spit some more stuff. And we'll be talking about the brain and some other stuff there coming soon. And the reason why you don't see my face in some of these videos is because, you know, sometimes I need some off-air time. You know, sometimes I just want you guys to hear the sound of my voice, you know. That doesn't mean I don't like doing videos, but, you know, sometimes, you know, well, I do my own thing, you know me. I always improvise and stuff like that. But yeah, I've run out of time. I gotta get out and out of here. But like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you guys think about the video. Tell me, well, you know, why don't you guys tell me about some issues that you guys had to go through and eventually solved in the end. You know, try to give this man hope. You know, I don't know what his issue is, but I'm sure he'll figure out a way to get past his own issues. I always get people shooting me messages and telling me what happened to them in their life and all this stuff, you know, and I always, you know, I don't take anything for granted. I read a lot of these messages and I'm like, wow, I can't believe what this person told me. But, you know, I take it with a grain of salt, because I don't know who this person is writing to me. They could be lying for all I know. I don't know. But hell, tell me what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, share. And yeah, it's your man Serious, and I'm out. Just thought I'd reply to a subscriber that's a loyal subscriber and sees that, you know, I'm genuine, you know, with everything I do. I don't kiss up, I don't suck up to nobody. I tell it like it is. I tell the truth, you know. Before I get out of here, shit. I think I got a few more minutes. I don't know for sure. But, like, you know, in my mind, just like the other day, I was on Instagram, and I don't even really use Instagram like that, but I was on it and I saw some racist shit happening to somebody, and I was just like, damn, like this shit is mad racist. Like, I can't trust these damn cops and stuff like this. You know, a lot of these white cops is doing all this stuff, and then, you know, I saw another video, and you know, I saw some white guy, and he was speaking the real truth. A so-called white man speaking the real truth, that you know, it was just like some real shit that he was spitting, and I was just like, damn, this guy actually understands. You know, so, you know, I know for a fact that not every single white person is is a fucking bigot. You know what I'm saying? You got decent people out there. You know, the world's a mess. You know, if anybody feels bad about, you know, what a topic like that, you know, try to find a way to fix that. At this point, I'm just you know, guessing and stuff, or maybe, you know, somebody got into an accident, you could have saved them, but you know, maybe you didn't want to risk your life to save another person's life because you wasn't ready to die, and you know, you feel guilty because the person's injured and can't walk, or they're dead, you know, and you don't know how to live with yourself. when you're constantly maybe taking drugs to forget. You know, maybe that's the issue. I don't know. I tell people don't live with hate in your hearts. You know. But there's all kinds of situations. I'm just pulling teeth at this point. I don't know what the situation is, but I will tell you this though: try to find a way to get over it and move on with your life. Because you know what? When you keep on dealing with the same thing and repeating and replaying it back in your head, that just leads to depression and social anxiety and all kinds of other fucked up situations. I've had bad things happen to me. You know, I had to work through that shit. Just be strong, guys. Be strong. I know that this world's not no damn fun. I'm not trying to make a depressing ass video, but this is videos for those who, the intellectual type, the ones that sit down and really think hard about shit. But sometimes you gotta be that way to figure out things out for yourself. Alright, peace, guys. Talk to you guys later. Peace.